I still hear her scream at night. Not from memory. No, from the wall. She's been dead for 7 years, buried deep and sealed away. But every night at exactly 2:13 a.m., my bedroom wall breathes. It moans, and she screams like she did that night. Only now she whispers my name too. It started the day I moved into the house on Alder Street. A small place, single story, nothing special. I got it cheap after the previous owner died in his sleep. That's what the agent said. Quiet neighborhood, big backyard. It looked like a place where you could forget your past. That was the point. I didn't have much. A bed, a coffee maker, a few boxes of clothes and photos I hadn't opened in years. I was running from a lot of things: my failed marriage, my sister's death, the way I handled it all. I needed silence. I needed peace. I didn't get either. The first week was fine. A little too quiet, actually. The kind of quiet that presses against your ears, like the world is holding its breath. I figured I'd get used to it. Then the tapping started. It was soft at first, like a nail gently tapping against wood. It came from the wall, behind my bed. I thought it was pipes. Old houses do weird things, but it kept happening. Every night, around 2 a.m. tap. Tap, tap. I moved the bed away from the wall. It kept going. I tried knocking back once, just to see. The tapping stopped, and then I heard it. A voice. Low, raspy. Close. Why did you leave me? I jumped out of bed. So fast I pulled the sheet with me. I stood there, heart racing, staring at the wall. I waited, but it didn't speak again. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next day, I checked the wall. I knocked all over it. Nothing hollow, nothing strange. No vents, no holes, just drywall. I told myself I was hearing things. Stress, maybe. Guilt. But that night, it happened again. Louder. Why did you leave me? You promised. It wasn't just a voice anymore. It was a woman's voice. Cracked, hurting. Familiar. It sounded like my sister. But that was impossible. Kayla had died in a fire I couldn't stop. We were close once. She was the only person I could talk to after Dad left, and Mom drank herself into silence. But the last time we spoke, it ended in a fight. She said she needed help. I said I was tired of being her crutch. That was 3 days before the fire. I never forgave myself. Still haven't. Now somehow, it was her voice behind my wall, at exactly 2:13 a.m. every night. I started recording it, put my phone on the dresser, and left the mic running. In the morning, I'd listen back. The recordings were quiet, full of static, but her voice was there, soft, pleading. You left me. You watched me burn. I played the audio for my friend Mark. He's a sound guy, works on film sets sometimes. He listened, got real still, and said, "Where did you get this?" "My bedroom wall," I said. He looked sick. There's something layered in there, under her voice, like breathing, and something else. What? He shook his head. It sounded like scratching, but from the inside. I asked him to help me open the wall, just to be sure. Maybe there was a raccoon nest, or God, I don't know, something. We cut into it the next day. The inside was empty. No wires, no pipes, just dust and dead spiders. But when Mark leaned in, he jerked back like something bit him. His ear was bleeding. I heard someone scream, he said, right in my ear. I made him leave. The house got worse after that. The voice started earlier. Not just at night, sometimes at noon. Sometimes at dawn. It followed me from room to room. Sometimes it laughed. Sometimes it cried. Once, I heard my name whispered from the kitchen cabinet. I opened every drawer. Nothing. One night I snapped. I screamed at the wall. "What do you want from me?" The whole room went ice cold. And then the voice said something I'll never forget. "You promised you wouldn't leave me in there." In there. Not here. Not the house. In there. I started thinking back to the fire. What I saw. What I didn't do. She was trapped in her room. The door wouldn't open. Smoke filled the hallway. I ran. I ran because I was scared. I didn't go back. The nightmares started again. I'd see her face in the flames, hear her screams. But now, when I woke up, the wall would be wet, dripping with soot, or maybe blood. I didn't check too close. The last night I stayed in that house, I set up the recorder again. I needed proof, something I could play for someone, anyone. At 2:13 a.m., the wall began to breathe again. That's the only way I can describe it. Inhale, exhale, like lungs inside drywall. The voice came next, but it wasn't my sister this time. It was a man, deep, cruel, cold. She's not the only one in here. I moved out the next day, slept in my car for a week before getting a motel, but the voice followed me. 2 nights ago, I woke up in the motel, same time, 2:13 a.m. The bathroom mirror was fogged, even though the shower was cold, and in the glass, I saw her face behind mine. She was smiling. She whispered, "You left me once. You won't leave me again." And now it's not just at night. It's in my phone, my car radio, the vent in the hotel bathroom. Last night, I peeled back the wallpaper in the motel room. There were scratches behind it, long, deep scratches, and a message scrawled into the drywall in what looked like ash. "Let US out." And I swear I heard something shift inside the wall, right before something knocked back. After I saw the scratches in the motel wall, I told myself I was done. I packed my stuff, every last piece of clothing, my toothbrush, everything. I drove for hours, not caring where I ended up. Somewhere far, somewhere quiet. I stopped at a rest stop near a forested highway just past the state line. Slept in the car again, windows cracked, doors locked. I woke up around midnight. The air was thick. I could barely breathe. And then my car radio turned on by itself. Static. Then a voice. Her voice. "Don't run. It's worse when you run." I reached over and yanked the power cable out of the dash. Silence, but not complete silence. From the back seat came 3 soft knocks. Tap, tap, tap. I turned around slowly. Nothing. I drove until the sun came up. Didn't stop once. My eyes were bloodshot. I hadn't eaten. I didn't care. I found another cheap motel. One of those old roadside places with stained carpets and buzzing lights. The kind of place no one asks questions. The clerk barely looked up when I paid. I chose a room on the end, away from everyone else. I didn't want anyone near me. Didn't want whatever this was to spread. That night, I slept with the lights on, but I still woke up at 2:13 a.m. Not to a sound this time, but a smell. Smoke. I bolted upright. My heart was pounding. The air was thick again, but there was no fire, just the smell of burning wood and hair. I checked the walls, the window, the floor, and then I saw it, words smeared across the bathroom mirror. "You left US there." I wiped it away with my sleeve, but the letters smeared like blood. I turned on the faucet. The water came out black, thick, like oil. I stepped back, and then I saw the reflection again. She was standing behind me, Kayla, but not her. Her skin was burned in patches. Hair melted to the side of her face. Her eyes were wide, too wide, and she was smiling. That broken, angry smile I'd only seen once before. When I told her I couldn't help her anymore, she didn't speak, just raised one hand and pointed to the wall. The wallpaper peeled by itself, slowly, like fingers pulling it back. Underneath, more scratches. Dozens of them, some deep enough to reach the wooden studs. And more words. "Let me out. You promised. He's coming." I stumbled back and slammed the bathroom door. My hands were shaking. I didn't sleep after that. I watched the mirror till morning. She never came back, but I knew she was still there. The next day, I tried calling my mom. We hadn't spoken in a long time. She was the only one left. She picked up after the fourth ring. "Hello." "Mom, it's me." Silence. Then slowly, "You shouldn't have opened the wall." My mouth went dry. "What?" "I warned you," she said. "I told you never to talk about that fire again." I didn't. I heard her. More silence. Then her voice changed. Lower. Cold. "She's not the only one burning, sweetheart." The line went dead. I sat there, phone in my lap, unable to move. I don't think that was really her. I tried visiting her the next day. Drove 6 hours. When I got there, the house was empty. Windows boarded. No car in the driveway. I asked the neighbor. He said she moved out 3 years ago, into a care home. She had early dementia. Barely remembered her own name now. That's when I realized I hadn't called my mom. I had no idea who or what I'd spoken to. That night, I drove to a diner just to be around people. The waitress looked tired but kind. I ordered coffee and toast. I needed to feel normal. Halfway through my cup, I heard it from the jukebox in the corner. Static. Then her voice. "He's almost here." The lights flickered. No one else seemed to notice. I dropped cash on the table and left. Outside in the parking lot, all 4 tires on my car were flat. Slashed. Deep, clean cuts. Like claws. I didn't even go back to the room. I walked down the highway until a trucker picked me up. I lied. Told him my car broke down. He dropped me in the next town. I found a small church and slept in back pew. I thought maybe, just maybe, the voice couldn't follow me there. I was wrong. At 2:13 a.m., the cross on the wall fell to the floor, and the walls started whispering. Dozens of voices now. Men, women, children, crying, laughing, begging. All of them saying the same thing. "He's here." I ran. Didn't even look back. I don't know where I am now. Some small town, middle of nowhere. I haven't spoken to anyone in days. I don't sleep much. But last night, I heard something new. The voice wasn't in the wall. It was inside me. It whispered from the back of my own mind. I haven't left this room in 3 days. The motel manager knocked on the door once. I didn't answer. He left after a while. I think he heard the voices too. He looked pale when I peeked through the curtain, like something had scraped the soul out of him. I don't even eat anymore. The food rots before I can touch it. I hear the whispers all day now, not just at night, not just in the walls, in the floor, in the ceiling, in the mirror. Kayla's voice is the only one that sounds sad, like she's trying to warn me. But the others, they're angry, hungry. They scratch at the edges of my mind. They want out. The thing behind the voices is growing stronger. I feel it. 2 nights ago, I carved a hole in the drywall above the bathroom sink. I don't know why. Compulsion, maybe. The air that came out of the hole was hot and dry, like opening an oven door. I should have stopped, but I couldn't. Inside, I found something. Not a body, not a mouse, a doll. Old, handmade, burnt. The thread lips torn open like it had been screaming, and a name stitched into its chest in red thread. Kayla. I dropped it. I didn't even want to touch it. But when I turned away, I swear the doll moved. I left it in the sink and locked the bathroom door. It's still in there, I think. Last night, something new happened. At 2:13 a.m., I heard a voice I hadn't heard before. My own. It was coming from the hole in the wall, whispering, begging, "Help me. Please? I'm still in here." I backed away, trembling. That voice, it wasn't just mine. It sounded like me, but twisted, as if it were echoing through something ancient and broken. I'm not sure how much longer I can hold out. I've started talking to myself, out loud, trying to drown them out. But they talk louder now. They say things I haven't told anyone, things no one knows, things I buried deep inside my head. They know everything. And now the voices, they don't stop when I cover my ears. They don't stop when I scream. And tonight, something changed again. There's a door, right where the mirror used to be. A wooden door with no handle, no hinges, just there, like it's always been part of the wall. It wasn't there yesterday. It's warm to the touch, pulsing, breathing. I pressed my ear to it. Inside, I heard myself crying and laughing. Then a voice I'll never forget. Low, deep. Not Kayla, not me. Something older. He's almost finished with you. I stepped back. But the door, it's not done with me. Every hour, the seams widen. The wall softens. I think it's becoming a real door. And when it opens, I don't think I'll be the one walking through. I think something's coming out. I've set up candles all around the room. Dumb, I know. But I remember Kayla used to say, light keeps the bad things away. The candles are burning low now. The door is pulsing faster. The voices are chanting. And I'm starting to feel like I'm not in control of my hands anymore. I didn't write this last part. My fingers did. I'm watching them move across the page right now. And I can't stop them. They're writing the same sentence over and over. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Something's crawling out of the wall now. Black fingers. Long twisting. Like smoke made of bone. I think I've run out of time. If you find this, don't stay here. Don't listen. Burn it. Burn everything. But if you hear your name, run. Because once the door opens, you won't be the one standing on this side anymore.